Good morning, everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to organize a TIQA paragraph before you even start writing anything. We're going to take a blank sheet of paper, or you can use the document that I created for you on Kami. Okay, this is a perfect way with this piece of paper to do this quickly. So that you can do this during a test. If you come across a test, an air test, or something like that that asks you to write a multi-paragraph essay in which you give evidence to support blah blah blah, and you can create one of these to organize your thoughts. Okay, I'm going to give you a chant that'll help you remember how to fold this up. It goes hamburger, hot dog, fold in thirds. Here's our hamburger fold. Hamburger, hot dog, fold in thirds. Here's our hot dog fold. Okay, so far I've got 2 folds, and they've just gone from top to bottom. Folded straight in half. Fold in thirds. To fold something in thirds, like this, you're going to come down part way until you have a square made out of the part that you've just folded. Give it a crease, and then flip it so that you have the rest. Hamburger, hot dog, fold in thirds. Open it back up. And you'll have 3 squares going side to side and 4 squares going top to bottom. Now we're going to mark these out like this. I'm just drawing along these creases. I'm going to go down this way. I'm going to go down this way. Okay, for this assignment, you'll need 3 pages that look just like this. So fold up a few more pages, or use the provided document inside of Kami. Now we'll need 1 more page that I'll show you on the back. Here is going to look like this. It's folded the same way, but instead we're going to go across the middle, and we're going to fill in the top 2 lines. Okay, my paper is bleeding through, so it looks like I've just kind of filled it. This is from the back, so are these. These are all from the back. So you need, let's recap, you need 3 pages that look like this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks on them, and you need 1 page that looks like this, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks on it. Okay, this page is going to be used for our thesis. At the top, we're going to write point 1, point 2, point 3, and down here we're going to write a spot for a thesis. Now, I'm going to grab an example, the bridge building article that we did as an example earlier. So I'm going to pretend that I'm doing this career report about being a bridge painter. And I'm going to pretend that this article that we read together as our example is my first source. Okay, I'm even going to write that at the top here, source 1. Okay, I would have 2 more sources that would also be articles just like this. Now what I need to do is I need to come up with a reason why being a bridge painter, or my career of choice, is the right job for me. And on my thesis page, I'm going to write down what those 3 reasons are. The first reason being a painter and you wouldn't say painter, you would put down your job, is right for me is, okay, and then fill in the blank. What's the reason? I'm going to flip through this real quick, and look for some quotes and some reasons. I'm going to go with this down here on the second page, where it says, all of this is happening 20 to 30 stories in the air and sounds like a rather manic high-wire act. I'm going to say the reason that I want to be a bridge painter is because I like heights and I want to work high in the air. If that's something that you enjoy, being a bridge painter would be something great for you. Is that I love heights. Period. Okay? And then this is coming from source 1. Now, for my second source and my third, I would do the exact same process. I would look through my article, look through the information it gave me, think of a reason this is telling me why I would be a good bridge painter, and I'm going to write it down. The second reason, the third reason, okay? And I would put them in these boxes here. Now, once I have all three of those, I come down here to where it says thesis, and I'm going to write a thesis statement. Now, the easiest way to start a thesis is to say the three reasons. Being a painter is right for me. Are, A-R-E. And of course, you can substitute painter for your job. The three reasons are, then my reason up here. I like heights. Comma, second thing, comma, third thing, period. And you're done with your thesis. Now, on my TIQA pages, up here is where I'll write my topic sentence. Down here is where I'll write my intro and quote. And then over here at the bottom, I'll write my analysis, leaving room for 3 sentences. I'm going to abbreviate analysis to A2 and A3 on these other columns. So, a topic sentence we learned should consist of, I'm going to write this over here, just off to the side. It should consist of a transition word, plus your point. Okay, so if my first point is liking heights, then I can think of a transition word. First, second, next, then, although, in addition, finally. Any of those words would work. I'm going to use first. Okay, this is supposed to be capital. First, comma, I want to be a bridge painter, or I would be a good bridge painter. Sounds better to me. I would be a good painter because I like heights. And the real trick of this, the only real hard part about this, is trying to come up with ways to say things that are slightly different. You can say it exactly the way you did here, but I want you to try and think of different ways that you can do it. Okay. Now, with the topic sentence done, we can move on to the intro and quote. So for the quote, I'm going to take word for word what it says right here. And I'll write that out right now. All this is happening 20 to 30 stories, or 300, 200, 300 feet in the air. Okay, and that's not actually the end of my quote. But if I wanted it to be, I can end with a dot, dot, dot. And that's the end of and that would tell me or whoever's reading your paper that there was more written there. It's just not important. Okay. So now once we have this, we put quotation marks on both sides. And we put parentheses with the name of the author's last name in it. My author's last name is Cloyston, however you say it. We close the parentheses and put a period. Okay, that's our quote done. Now we need to do the intro. To do the intro, all we have to do is say, in the article, and then give the name of the article inside of quotation marks. I'm going to run out of space. I did this out of order. So I'm going to abbreviate this. The title is Dream Jobs Bridge Painter, but I'm going to run out of room. So I'm going to cut off the bridge painter for the sake of this example. In the article, Dream Jobs, the author, whose name is Erland Cloyston, says, comma. And now I've got my entire intro and quote ready to go. Next, it's time for the analysis. Your first analysis sentence, each one of these boxes should be a different analysis of your point and of the quote. Your first one should really be mostly about the quote, and your second two should be more about your reasons, your personal reasons why you want to be a bridge painter and why you like heights and so on and so forth. But your first one should really explain the quote. I encourage you to start your analysis with "this quote means." Or "in this quote" is another easy way to do it. This quote means that bridge painters work really high in the air. Period. Very simple. Very simply, all we're doing is explaining what meaning we got out of this quote. Because somebody else who reads this, all this is happening 20 to 30 stories in the air, they didn't read the whole article. They don't know exactly what's going on in this quote. So when we give our analysis, we should explain what this quote is all about. Our second and third analysis point, keep in mind we can do more than one sentence for each of these, should explain why this quote is important, what it means for your being a good bridge painter, how it is important in the slightest. So for this one, I might say, for my second point, I really like being high up in the air. I have ever since I was a kid. Maybe ever since I was young, I have enjoyed, it's supposed to be a J, being high up. Period. Okay, and then now we've given some background, we can explain, we can really jump it back up to our point here. Okay, get to the point. Ever since I was young, I have enjoyed being high up. Since I like being high up, I would make a great painter. Okay, so that's my example. That's what I would do if I was taking this source and doing my career report on being a bridge painter. Now keep in mind, if you started researching yours and you realized, hey, I don't actually like this, you can say, first reason I don't want to be a painter is because I hate heights. The second reason is because they're not paid very much. The third reason is because it's really dangerous. Or something like that. Okay? So you're going to do this for all three of your points. 1, 2, 3. And all three of these points, 1, 2, 3, are going to come from your three sources. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Once you have your 3 points written out, you can write a thesis. Once you have that page done, you can start doing one paragraph or one page per TIQA paragraph. Okay? We've got our T, I, Q, and our A. I need all three of these before you can move on with this project. The next step will be taking what we've put here and putting it into a Word document. And I'll show you how that works once everyone has had a chance to work on these.